To Athens, Georgia, title number 3 as 2025 national champions.
Forever, ever, forever,
The Demon Deacons are the 2025 NCAA champions.
forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, evermore.
Signature move from Jay Friend.
Jay, incredible job by both of you and the team today.
As soon as he steps on the court, he's very confident in himself and his abilities.
Like, he is one of these unbelievable players that I've had the privilege of coaching, that when he gets it right, I mean, he really takes the racket out of everyone's hand.
This has been one of my favorite tournaments over the course of my college career. I've always done pretty well here, and we have this really, really good relationship where I trust him with anything I do.
Whatever it is, we'll take it. If it's good, we'll take it. If it's bad, we'll take it, whatever. Okay? Let's go back. Come on.
To be able to put match after match after match at good level and put myself in a position to win the tournament.
That's it. Jay Friend, Arizona senior, is your 2025 ITA All-American champion here in Tulsa.
I didn't have very high hopes. I didn't have very high expectations. And then to add on to that, doing this documentary with you is like, oh shoot, like I can't lose first round. That was the main goal. I can't lose first round for this documentary.
Ladies, let me start by saying congratulations on making it to the final. Everything that we do today will be the same that we've been doing, in that you will still make your own line calls as you've been doing. If you wish to challenge a call, please do so immediately by saying challenge or may I challenge. Texas, that is heads, and that is tails. What would you like? Heads is the call. And it was heads. You will serve, okay? Take a side, okay? 5-minute warm-up, good match.
This is what it's all about. Championship Sunday, ready to rock and roll. It'll be Hooray to serve first. Now let's say those 4 magical words. Let's play some tennis.
Just gotta change it once in a while, which just helps go a bit better. Just recognize that. Thank you. Full control. Great pass.
Time. Here we go, Clark.
Nevertheless, it is a 6-2 first set for Loben, and looking at the history of these ITA All-American Singles Final. Player who has won the first set has won all but one final, dating all the way back to 2013. your 2025 ITA All-American champion, Valerie Glossman. So impressed by the Stanford sophomore.
Such a great week. Best player in college tennis. Good job. So proud of you. So proud of you. You've always, under the integrity of the swing, the way you're at position, is at a different level. You're good stuff. Really good stuff. Thanks for making an easy day on me.
Congratulations to both of you guys on a really great tournament and a really well-played match here. From Stanford, Valerie Glossman.
Well done.
Valerie, do you want to share a few words about your experience this week?
Unreal experience out here in Perry. I'm so happy for the outcome of this tournament, obviously, but for how hard I competed this tournament. And I want to thank, obviously, everyone who came out and supported, all these ball kids, physios, officials, tournament directors. Sorry if I'm missing anyone, but also Coach Frankie, thanks for being on here for 12 hours a day, every day. And shout out to my teammates who are now back on campus. Everyone was so supportive. Shout out to my family back home. Thank you for always supporting me as well. And a great match to you, Carmen, everyone else in this tournament, but you fought super hard. I had to work really hard for that, so thank you. And thanks for pushing me to be a better player.
Hi coaches, Dave Mullins here, ITA CEO and President. I hope you had a lovely summer and preparations for the college season ahead are going well. I know you have a lot on your plate and your minds as you're trying to navigate all the uncertainties of college athletics right now. It's been a very busy summer for us here at the ITA. We are trying to identify ways in which we can best support the infrastructure of college tennis moving forward with all these uncertainties swirling around us. We're in the process of updating the ITA bylaws to help us become more efficient and build for the increased demands and professionalization of NCAA Division I sports in particular. So please be on the lookout for those bylaws as we move. Of college tennis. So I know some of that sounds like corporate speak. I get that. I will provide a more comprehensive update later this fall. Like I said, just lots of moving pieces going on right now, and we want to get it right. So thanks again for taking a few minutes to listen to this update. As I remind coaches all the time, we're all the ITA, not just the ITA staff. We can't operate without your commitment to volunteering on all the myriad of committees, hosting college tournaments, leading your programs of great distinction in each of your communities. So I hope to see you in person at our events later this fall, especially our ITA Coaches Convention from December 5th to 7th here in Tempe, Arizona. So best of luck with everything you have going on.
Good afternoon. We are back live. ITA Conference Masters 2025 Barnes Tennis Center. Another seeded quarterfinal matchup. Emon van Loben Sels, and he is from UCLA and the number 3 seed, taking on Jeremy Jin, number 6 seed from the University of Florida. We're in the first game here. Oh, it's a great backhand up the line. Jeremy Jin on the near side. Serving already. Facing a bunch of break points here early on. And there's a lot of quality coming on the forehand from Van Loben Sels. I can see a little bit of breeze in the shirt of Jin as he was serving that game. So I feel we may be dealing with a little bit of breeze coming off the highway in the water here at Barnes Tennis Center. Awesome location, right where the highway begins, close to the airport, but definitely not close to the water. Sometimes wind can be factored into the equation. Van Loben Sels, 3 seed, had a bye in round 1, and then was able to beat Martinez in a battle yesterday, 5-7, 6-4, 6-4. Jin able to beat Suresh from St. Francis 1-1, and then Visaya from Hawaii 4-0. So he was able to make it through both of his matches. The winner of this match plays against Winter from Pepperdine and DeBoos from the University of Memphis. But the NCAA berth on the line here, as 4 NCAA qualifiers from the semifinals advance. They'll play this draw out to completion. So they'll be a champion, but most certainly what an inside-out forehand. Van Loben Sels showing counterattacking, defense, and offense all in one point. Already up an early break here on Jeremy Jin. Jin, the Aussie junior. Van Loben Sels also junior for UCLA. Big time serve and a love hold. And Loben Sels making a statement here early. Breaking handily and showing a variety of big forehand, big first serve, and defense. Love to. Good pressure from Jen. Surprisingly, Jen moved the ball around well there. Chose not to make the net appearance. Van Loben Sels earning some respect on the defense there in that earlier passing shot exchange. And here he comes. Yeah, that's good pressure. I just, frankly, in our earlier match on the women's side, I was treated. I was a little spoiled. Mushika, who qualified earlier today over Harmon, took every available opportunity to transition and come forward with reckless abandon. She did not look back. So frankly now, I'm probably a little commentator spoiled today. That goes a little long. Misses the mark. And so Jen holds. He's on the board. It looks like it's a little tricky to determine just yet who's coaching the players. I'll get back to you on that. That's a great 1-2 combination there by Van Loben Sels. Popping the big serve and then following it up, going back behind. Coaching staff on UCLA is Billy Martin, Rikus de Villers, and actually Billy Martin's son, Will Martin. So I'll study carefully and see if I can determine which coach is coaching. Again, there's sectionals going on, so Probably two of the coaches are at the sectional, and then one would be here at the ITA Conference Masters. Jeremy Jin is high as 79 last year in the ITA rankings, second team SEC. The Gators, NCAA champions a few years back at Lake Nona in amazing fashion. Ben Shelton clinching for his dad. Direction change goes off, and then of course Dad and Ben, after an NCAA Singles Championship the next year, go off to the pros. In comes Adam Steinberg, and Adam is joined by Coach Rossi, who moved over from the Atlantic 10 Conference and the VCU program, and Coach Collar. And Loben Sels with an ace in each of his two service games, showing that he's willing to battle and fight and grind, but he's also going to show that he has some of these offensive weapons that can separate himself. UCLA now in the Big Ten Conference. That's great. Nice disguise by Jen on that forehand. And not only did they come into the Big Ten Conference, they came in with a bang, upsetting Ohio State at Ohio State and breaking their home winning streak. That was quite the story. Loben Sels actually clinching over Alexander Bernard last year in a dramatic 4-3 4-hour duel. Good ball there. Jin's rather steady, composed, good fighter. Plays an up-tempo baseline game with occasional net finishes. So he's got some dimensions to challenge on Loben Sels. That's a great serve. Touche. I can ace this as well, my friend. Jen holds. Van Loben Sels 3-2. Just a perfect, beautiful day in San Diego. Very smart by the ITA to choose this site and this location. Just running on time, like clockwork, no weather implications. On the men's side, quite a few players in this Conference Masters are actually playing both singles and doubles. So it was a fairly long day for some of the players yesterday to get through 2 singles and get through a doubles. So nice that they have a lot of courts in a spacious facility. They have plenty of ability to give the players ample rest and not rush them through matches that are just beyond significant. Last chance shopping. This is the Christmas Eve of tournaments to get yourself into the NCAA's individual. Moved into this part of the calendar for the first time last year. And that is in. Cute little continental. Quick balance, nice feel, but he opens up the court and creates some extra space that sometimes is more difficult to cover. Yeah, there's some stalwarts that prefer to have the individuals in the spring after the team tournament, but most certainly it is such a grueling event, that team tournament. So to ask some of those top players to go and play individuals after that is just a big ask. It's proven that the teams that lose a little bit earlier, around the 16 quarters, where the players are there and comfortable, they've had a little slightly better success with players winning the individual. And now it's no longer an automatic U.S. Open wild card for the champion in the fall. They get invited back to a 4-player playoff where they actually have to play a couple more matches to earn their way. The ITA felt that the guaranteed wild cards, as Van Loben Sels, he is really moving in well at the net. ITA felt that the guaranteed wild cards, more wild cards than the guarantees for many more players was better than a possible guarantee for just the champion. So they've worked with this new format, and I think there'll be some decisions and some voting based on how this 2-year pilot has transpired. And Loben Sels has had a great recipe so far. 1 big forehand a game, 1 free service point a game, 1 transition to the net a game. And he holds for a 4-2 lead. Oh, it's bad luck. I think Jeremy Jin's on the side where the sun's in his eye at this time of day. Exactly, high noon. And you can see there, he tried to thread the needle on that forehand. But I think that's partially because he didn't want the possibility of having to deal with another overhead with the sun in his eye. He's hoping to get the job done with that 1 shot. Tricky time for him now at love 30.
Come on, let's go.
Van Loben Sels rock solid. He has come out playing a very high level. Again, these players were not able to get the job done at All-Americans and at regionals, so they are here. That's very well done. Crush that forehand.
Come on.
Loben Sels getting that break in a commanding position here with a 5-2 lead, and I'm going to say just a magnificent first set. Under 5 unforced errors, variety and aggression in so many different categories, and really just a comfortable, confident demeanor. He's behaving like he believes he's the one that's supposed to be moving on here, and now putting quite a bit of pressure on Jeremy Jin to come up with some answers on what he's going to do. His service game now being broken twice, trying to figure out what's the right combination of serve location and first shot to keep Van Loben Sels off balance. But so far, Jin doesn't have the answers, and Van Loben Sels is in the driver's seat. Serving here 5-2. Looking to close out the first set.
Come on, man. Fight.
First point to Jen. Oh, the best point of the match. Jen pumped right now, showing some emotion. Long battle and a great job defending the net. Van Loben Sels misses the passing shot. Love 30. Definitely. So far of this first set, the worst game from Van Loben Sels at an important time, closing time, and playing a little loose. But Jeremy Jin has something to do with it. He's played well and won that big momentum shifting point at love 15. That backhand goes a little long. Tried to guide it, didn't accelerate. Really wants to get this break. Try to shorten the distance in this set, get a little tighter. And there it is, there's the break. Great job by Jin, but I think that he just picked up a little moxie after winning that love 15 point. Great first serve. Jen definitely having some pep in his step. That's a great serve. Starting to land that slice out wide a little bit more. And because he's hit the deuce up the tee serve, there's a lot more space for Van Loben Sels to cover on the returning end of things. And Van Loben Sels definitely needing a reset or a reboot. Jeremy Jin jogging to the changeover. Put together two well-played games. Now we're getting to the business end of this set. Van Loben Sels. Can he shake the last two games off? Can Jeremy Jin push this first set into extra innings? And a double fault. Toss is a little bit too far forward for the kicker. And this is definitely a tough momentum shift. Ball 15. And he tries to be steady, but physically let down a little bit, just decelerating on some of those backhands to stay on the point. Footwork dropped a notch. Jin was able to step up and move him, take advantage of how cautious he was playing that love 15 moment. And now love 30. Wow. And Jin being solid and competitive. He has turned the tide. It's a tale of two Van Loben Sels this set. The gentleman that was up 5-2. And now, oh wow, he digs out the volley. Jin gets too close to the pass and sends it flying. Oh, he can't believe it. Besides himself. That was a bit of a desperation serve and volley play because Van Loben Sels have been a little erratic off the ground this game. Well, that's a little better. Steady until he could get an opportunity ball, applied some pressure, showed some positive body language. So as rough as this 2.5 game patch has been, if Van Loben Sels can hold it together for 2 points, he could still escape this first set. Oh, and he goes to hit the high heavy, takes his eye off of it, shanks it. Oh dear. That was a shank. Great. Just have to take your hats off to Jeremy Jin because he wasn't doing a lot wrong, but was just playing against someone that was executing better. Found himself down 5-2, but he kept competing with the right resolve and attitude, and now he's turned the tide. And now we're at 5-all with him serving and a massive amount of momentum. That's a big point. That Loben Sels had not been solid in recent moments. Needed to prove that he could grind out a point. Oh, what disguise. Of last-minute decisions there. Some cat and mouse with the net and the volley and the pass. And Loben Sels is able to get the best of that battle. Put his nose out in front. Game number 11. Chen answers. 15-30.
Come on. Let's go.
Trying to maintain his depth. He misses it long. Oh, not able to hit the volleys clean. He's opening up the court, but the volleys were floated. That was well hit, but this one he overran it, and he just left too much time and space for that level of speed. Then Loben Sels, after 3 games that he would love to forget, breaks back. Has an opportunity to serve for our first set.
God.
6-5 for the Bruin. He thought he was in a good position so he could try to sneak, but one of the most important parts of that sneak is, can you contact the ball above net level? If you can't, it's a much more difficult transaction. It's a much more difficult point to win. He misjudged that. He could have actually stopped, let the ball bounce, and then taken care of it, but he was getting up there quick to volley. Just wrong position in the air. It's a tough judgment mistake there. So, love 15. It's a great reaction. Jen's disappointed in himself because he was there. He had to play on the ball. Just wasn't able to hit it well enough. Good patience, good directionals. That's the solid brand of ground stroke tennis you need to play when your back's against the scoreboard wall deep in the set. You put up all the competitive resistance you can and see how your opponent responds. $15-30, second serve. There's that big forehand. Man, Loben Sels, he loads up, and you don't know whether he's going to hit sort of that semi-lazy roller or whether he's going to roast it. You don't always know. I can't say that there's ever a good time for a double fault, but that most certainly was a bad time. Double break point for the Gator. Able to hit a great first serve spot. These moments definitely beg questions. They put players in positions, and it's always great to see how they respond. Game point, break point, and set point. Oh, I'm confused. Was the serve called a double fault? I guess so. It was so close, it was hard to tell whether it was a miss and a bad reaction or a make and a great reaction. And that was the second double fault of the game. Oh my goodness. Breaker time. Oh, Jen is riding the wave. Loben Sels is in a tough position, knowing that this set should have been over a couple different times, and now he is in a breaker. And double faulting left and right. Got to hold it together. The wheels are coming off. Big serve out wide. Rips behind, but Jen stays home. But he comes on a delayed sneak and makes that stretch volley. That shot was a level difficulty 9.7. But just a routine second serve, he's not been able to make. So in tennis, you have to take care of the basics and then occasionally be spectacular. Nice forehand combination there. Love the sportsmanship from Jen there. That ball is definitely on the sideline, and he plays that for good. Sometimes in these kinds of moments, the wanting and the pressure can get to players. The high heavies. Mistimes it. Jen needed to go back heavy again. Keep maintaining the height. It's tough. Coach working with Jen has his hat so low. I can't tell whether it's Coach Rossi or Coach Kohler. well-organized point. But the volley goes wide. Jeremy Jin, a 4-2 at the turn. Just a great effort by Jen, in my opinion. His body language, his effort, his demeanor, unflappable, hasn't changed. He's been the same player from ball one to current moment. I think Van Loben Sels has had quite a roller coaster ride. That is a dagger point right there. If that ball was long and Jen is up 5-2, then that was a dagger of a point. Van Loben Sels was calm. He was playing. He was grinding. He was not looking to make any errors, just trying to compete and get himself back into this. And he may have just missed that forehand a little long. The situation and the body language feels like that. So yeah, I'm unsure. That one for sure goes long. Oh, what a forehand. That's where I think Van Loben Sels was off to such a great start in this match, because he could stand in like that and you just didn't know when he was going to go heavy cross versus shredded line. I think there was a fair amount of disguise that it's hard to read off of his racket, but he had really, after 5-2 up in the first, kind of lost that forehand that's been so formidable was missing. And now on the back end of the score, he's starting to show some guts. This is like Gladiator now. Braveheart. We're going all the way to the end till we see one man standing. 6-all, 5-all. Van Loben Sels in the near court Jeremy Jin in the far court. Quarterfinals. Oh, that's a good pass. Get it down, make him have to play the volley somewhere. Someone comes in like that, make them play. Transfer the pressure back to their racket. That's what Jin did, and he and Coach Kohler, I've been told it is Coach Kohler. So glad we got that sorted. Oh, he decides to try to rush him from deep in the court. And the footwork from Jin, the open stance pass, perfectly balanced. That was like a la David Goffin or Joker. What a shot. Textbook footwork, clutch shot, key time. Hung in there from 5-2 down and found a way to get over the first set finish line. First set, Jeremy Jin, number 6 seed, over Emon van Loben Sels. What a turnaround. Men are out playing, and so you get new balls every set. Shot quality and the tactics. Let's take a look around the grounds and see what type of action we have. Number 1 seed Michael Zhang, champion from last fall's NCAAs. He is 7-6-4-1, 7-6-5-1 on Christic from Elon. So he looks like he is going to be punching his ticket by virtue of the ITA Conference Masters. Also, it looks like I guess it's just those two right now. This one and that match. Oh, Edward Winter, 6-2-3-2. And Martin Baroshuk up 6-4-5-2. On the women's side, Asago Mert from Georgia, 6-3-7-5 over Cincinnati's finest, Shyla Agarwal from Yale, and Nee Z from Charlotte over Vivian Arutsky, 6-4-7-5. That's a big one. She's into the tournament. The young lady we covered yesterday, Jeannie, so Zaya Menendez, 6-3-6-1, dominant fashion, punching her ticket. And the match we covered earlier today, Mayo Mashika, 6-2-6-4, over Alexia Harmon. So now Jeremy Jin, is he happy? Is he Is he satisfied? Is he confident? Not sure what would be the word that would describe his emotion right now. Fortunate? But I really like to see how Ben Loben Sels mentally handles the early stages of this set, knowing now what he knows, the feelings he's felt, the opportunity that he had. That's a great first volley. Excellent speed by Jen to get there and make a play on it, but this attempt to try to serve and volley and sneak in. It has me a little worried if I'm in the UCLA camp. Does Van Loben Sels not want to play the baseline, or does he think that with the new balls he would be able to effectively serve and volley? I'm not sure. Jen is really locked in now. He's moving well, playing solid directionals. Not trying to do more than necessary, but making Van Loben Sels feel that he has to do great things to win a point. That most certainly is a Djokovic-like behavioral trait. That's one hell of a return. Nice athleticism on the stretch return. Jeremy Jin not only comes back from 5-2 down and wins the set, he gets a break and is in absolute momentum, an avalanche of momentum right now in this match. It's only 7-6-1-0, but it feels like it's so much more because of the way things have gone. And looks like Martin Baroshuk from NC State has punched his ticket. Number 4 seed already advancing. And for a moment, it most certainly looked like the top 4 seeds were going to be the players that are moving on. But now, I tell you, a young man, a highly touted young man from UCLA is He's scratching his head. Oh, that's a great serve. Well placed. Sneaky good serve Jen has. Simple delivery, moving forward. It's not a 130, but he's more of a spot server. Moves it around, keeps it low. Jen holds, and it's 0-2. Well played. He loves to sneak in and play the volley on an angle back behind. I think that forehand's long. Dangerous moments for Van Loben. Sels does not want to go down 2 breaks here in the second. has to find some way to hold it together. But he is not able to play the same solid points, and that's mentioned it yesterday. One of the hardest things to do in sports is to maintain your level. Much easier said than done. The same ground strokes that he was blistering and painting corners with is missing just long now. And I don't think his technique has changed. This is far more circumstantial and mental. Deciding point. Goes for the bomb. Misses it by a little bit. Jen moves it. Little time to think. Second serve on the way. And flat-footed, no weight transfer. Just trying in his mind to make the ball, but didn't do the physical work to get that done, and run into the changeover a la Agassi from the 90s is Jeremy Jen. Pulled a rabbit out of the hat at the end of the first, and now is in the driver's seat, but playing and executing and behaving in a way that he wants to be in the NCAAs. And I think that he's doing a nice job of keeping everything simple. And I think that there's a strong chance that what Jen's doing right now is repeatable. I think that he can keep up what he's doing. It's whether or not Van Loben Sels can overcome the disappointment or the embarrassment or whatever feeling he's having about that opportunity. And does he want to stick around for a while? Does he want to play long enough to try to catch a momentum shift or a surfing wave, if you will, to help him? Too good. That's what he's going to have to try to do. Roll up his sleeves,
but back to work. 1 point at a time. Have to completely change the mental dynamics of the match in your mind. It's so much easier said than done. Good pressure. Nice quality. I think, as I said, it's a gut check time for Van Loben Sels. He has to drop all of the mental angst that he's had from the earlier games. It has to be in the past now. It's just not that easy to flush that. Good serve. Michael Zhang was able to get it done. 7-6, 6-1. He joins Baroshuk. And then the match that this match plays the winner of Winter and Deboche. 6-2 all. Look at Jeremy Jim with the celebration and the Yannick Center. I love how the positive affirmation when Yannick Center shakes his racket and looks at his team, how that is caught. Many, many players now are looking to something that Center does and mimicking it. And I think that that's a great, simple, confident, quiet celebration to enjoy a moment and then move on. That's well done. Great shot. That one sails a little long.
Like on the line, it's crazy. So you just drink.
Man, Loben Sels trying to get on the board here. And the bagel goes to a breadstick. 7-6, 4-1. Jeremy Jin. Like I said, in the other men's matches, Michael Zhang will be playing Baroshuk in the semi. And Winter and Debouche. Now Debouche is actually serving for the second set. I think there's some strategy on the coaching end to making the decision on whether you take one of your top players and have them come play this conference masters versus going to the sectional. Hoping that with WTN and seedings and such that they may be able to get a draw they can work with and win a few rounds. But again, having every single one of these NCAA spots being from earned advancement does make a lot of sense in the fall, just because some players don't have a long enough match count sample size. Oh, wow, it's beautiful. Outstanding volley. That's forehand cross-court volley up at Loben Sels is extraordinary. He's made several difficult shots look easy. Wow, that's great athletic tennis. And these players will most certainly watch some Carlos Alcaraz videos, ripping and then the drop and follow and then anticipate and cover. You can try that at home, but I'm telling you, most people will probably lose that point. It's a great level. But my comment about the coaching and the strategy in this is that if you do have a player that won 4 or 5 rounds at All-American and won 3 rounds at regional but didn't qualify and won a round or 2 at this tournament, you could have some players with 9, 10 quality wins, and they would possibly, when the rankings are run after the NCAAs, be top 50 in the nation, but weren't able to qualify because these are automatic spots. Oh, you got it racking on that. Yeah, the question that I'm going to try to get the answer for you fans tomorrow is exactly what the protocol will be to have a few alternates in case any of these players are not capable of taking their spot on November 18th. That's another free point. Had a great time. Van Loben Sels had a little bit of a window this game to try to thicken the plot in the second set, but Jin has been steady Eddie. And that was called long. Forehand on the run, just missing the mark. And Jen is pumped. He is done an outstanding job of flipping the script, stealing momentum, staying on top of the opponent, managing himself and his emotions and his execution. This is the master class on how to turn a match around. And Van Loben Sels is besides himself. You can see now in the body language and the nature of his misses, he's having a difficult time hanging in there right now. He knows this one could have been considerably different. That's a great ball. Great length on the backhand and then transferring his weight on the forehand. Big production to big safe targets. That's center 101. Oh, wow. Kidding me. What a squash shot. And then an amazing pickup after that. Jen can smell the finish line. 30-all. That's long. That's a great volley. Strong below net level backhand volley. I'm not sure if Jin was just caught there. That was supposed to be a passing shot or a lob, but big credit to Van Loben Sels. He's come forward and made some rather difficult plays at the net. Oh, wow. That one was, it's hard to say. He had to play it. He couldn't let it go by. Hard to say whether that was going to be on the line, just wide, or just in. A little indecisiveness and just kind of scrambling. Match point, Gators. Oh, and Loben Sels hangs in there. Shows some grit. It's not over until it's over. Yogi Berra. So now for the first time, Jeremy Jin will have a little bit of a feeling that he had the match already in his pocket, and now he has to get up, come back out, and play 4 more quality points of tennis on serve. And just like in his comeback in the first set, every point, every rally, every exchange, the longer it goes, the more the player that's trailing starts gaining in confidence. So let's see what Coach Kohler comes up with in terms of organizing his serve plus ones and how does he choose to rally and grind? Does he go to the forehand? Does he go to the backhand? This is where, truthfully, you can't mic coaches up, but this would be a great place. College tennis would be an amazing place to have the coaches mic so you could hear what they're saying, but for obvious reasons, the other team could have somebody listening to the feed, et cetera, so not able to do it. But I would love, even just for one duel or one tournament, to have that access to that relationship and the things that are said. That goes wide. That's one. That was a tough one because Jin had a forehand where the ball hit the back of the line, and he almost physiologically stopped because he thought it was out. I'm sure he hoped it was out, but it was still in. He had to keep on playing. But he hung in there, made a couple more shots, and then Loben Sels has been wide twice this game. In a match point game, really want to keep your targets a lot safer. 30-15. Oh my goodness. Hello. That is shades of what we saw in the beginning. First 7 games of this match. Good rhythm there, nice balance. Hopefully he hasn't found his killer forehand too late.
No. Hold on. One. No way.
All right.
Away!
Oh, wow. That was not a good sign there. Like I said, having that match point in that last game is the first moment where Jeremy Jin felt like he lost something. Now he's stomaching those feelings. Now he's going for the aces, not getting the calls. And when you do that, when you go for the aces and you hope that you get the calls and you don't get the calls, it puts you in a different mental state when you have to play the point. And I was just barely out. People out, I was only 2 inches out, but in this circumstance, that was OUWT out. Okay, Jeremy Jin now. 2 games in a row. 2 match points, 2 games in a row. Both deciding points. The first one as a returner, and this time as a server. He goes big again. I just don't think he's an Isner, Kyrgios type of server. Oh my God, he can't believe it. He can't believe it. Now he gives the gator clap to the crowd. Jeremy Jin holding his breath on that forehand from Emon van Loben Sels. Now Loben Sels, our 3 seed, is upset. Jeremy Jin, junior from Australia, 7'6", 6'2", comes back from 5'2" in resounding fashion, holds it together, has a match point, doesn't get it done, gets deep in this game, And it was close, but he is a one happy camper. He kept it together. You couldn't tell from his body language what was going on, how he was feeling, but you can tell now the happiness and the elation. Coach Keller did a wonderful job working his star player through those moments. And Loben Sels, highly decorated, highly touted, and most certainly the favorite one in this matchup, came out, showed that, but was not able to keep it up through the latter stages of the set. So he goes down. Again, we talked about before, Michael Zhang punched his ticket. Martin Baroshik punched his ticket. And Winter and DeBosch are in a tiebreaker in the second set with Edward Winter up 4-1. So Winter, if he gets through a couple more points, will be taking on Jeremy Jin tomorrow. Obviously, everybody that won today, like I said before, into the NCAA individuals. And so I'm really curious to see what the mood and the energy is like in the semifinals tomorrow, because those players know that they're into the NCAAs, which is your number one job for coming here. But then your second job is still to come and try to win the tournament. So those moments and attitudes and behaviors will be interesting storylines tomorrow. But I've had a great time watching. It's been really fun looking at Musica coming to the net today and watching how Jin managed and handled himself on the back end of the score. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm very excited. Those that are obviously still wanting more tennis, jump over to the cross-court cast. Alexander the Great Gruskin is still on the 1s and 2s to the last match. I'm so happy that I've been able to be part of your Friday. Coach Mark Bey going to be signing off here. I think obviously 2025 ITA Conference Masters, the entire team, Cody, Zach, Dave Mullins, everybody back there at the main ranch for the ITA, doing all these things to make these tournaments possible. This is all a lot of new tennis and new events that have been extremely difficult to administer and execute, and they've been doing it flawlessly. So congrats to them on all this new programming and how it's rolled out. It's going well. Obviously this weekend we'll punch the last sets of tickets, but I am actually very excited about how this one finishes up, and also staying tuned for the NCAA championships that are coming up later. So myself, Daniel Westhoff, we're signing off today. We'll see you tomorrow in the semis, but all 4 of those players will have punched their ticket to the actual NCAA championship. You've been watching the 2025 ITA Conference Masters on Crack Rackets.
So proud of you. So proud of you. You're always, under the integrity of the swing, the way you're at position, you just at different levels. You're good stuff. Really good stuff. Thanks for making an easy day on me.
Congratulations to both of you guys on a really great tournament and a really well-played match here. From Stanford, Valerie Glosman.
Well done.
Valerie, do you want to share a few words about your experience this week?
I'm really experienced out here in Cary. I'm so happy for the outcome of this tournament, obviously, but for how hard I competed this tournament. And I want to thank, obviously, everyone who came out and supported, all these ball kids, physios, officials, tournament directors. Sorry if I'm missing anyone, but also Coach Frankie, thanks for being out here for 12 hours a day, every day. And shout out to my teammates who are now back on campus. Everyone was so supportive. Shout out to my family back home. Thank you for always supporting me as well. And very much to you, Carmen, everyone else in this tournament, but you fought super hard. And we were really hard for that, so thank you. And thanks for pushing me to be a better player.
Hi coaches, Dave Mullins here, ITA CEO and President. I hope you had a lovely summer and preparations for the college season ahead are going well. I know you have a lot on your plate and your minds as you're trying to navigate all the uncertainties of college athletics right now. It's been a very busy summer for us here at the ITA. We are trying to identify ways in which we can best support the infrastructure of college tennis moving forward with all these uncertainties swirling around us. We're in the process of updating the ITA bylaws to help us become more efficient and build for the increased demands and professionalization of NCAA Division I sports in particular. So please be on the lookout for those bylaws, as we need your participation in the voting process as ITA members. We also continue to discuss with the USTA ways in which they might consider being more involved in college tennis moving forward. They've actually engaged the services of a consulting group to do an analysis of the best way to potentially dedicate additional resources in the most effective way possible to help college tennis navigate the current threats facing Olympic sports. The ITA looks forward to playing a key role in executing the recommendations coming out of this study, and are also working alongside the other Olympic sport associations to lobby the federal government on supporting broad-based sponsorship and funding of Olympic sports moving forward. The ITA Board of Directors, which includes 6 head coaches and who are responsible for the fiscal oversight and strategic direction of the ITA, met in July in person to discuss our strategy moving forward. We are trying to be very deliberate about our next steps. We don't want to move too early or too late on some very important topics. Some key areas of focus over the next 12 to 24 months will be the following. Number 1, advocating nationally for college tennis as an essential sport within every athletic department. 2, unlocking the full potential of the ITA's assets to accelerate innovation. 3, amplify the brand of college tennis to inspire greater engagement and media attention. The board actually approved additional funds to go towards our marketing efforts, and we look forward to sharing new initiatives with you later this fall and into the spring. And then lastly, optimize the ITA's technology and